Got to get the money so I can continue to avoid my family. They think I'm rich because I'm on TV. They all irregular, man. Start with my grandmama. Had 13 kids, started having them way younger than she was supposed to. My mom, the oldest of the 13, got 8 kids of her own. She started having them way younger than she was supposed to. I'm the middle of her 8. Long story short, I'm raising my uncle. He 9. I'm a grown man. He in the 3rd grade. I'm his nephew. Picked this little punk up in school. He jumped in my car and pulled family rank. Man, make a laugh. I know where your house is. You live with me, punk. When we get home, you gonna go to bed? No, you gonna go to bed. No, you gonna go to bed. No, you gonna go to bed. You know my mama, your mama, mama. I know your mama's my mama's mama. Put your hand under my face, Uncle James. My whole family is irregular. My cousin lost 315 pounds. What they don't tell you is when you lose that much weight, you're gonna have all that extra skin left. This dude came to my house to go swimming. He took off his shirt. I'm like, man, what is you doing? Wearing that leather cape. Tuck your saggy back in. Don't nobody wanna see that. He jumped in the water. His skin expanded. He glided around the pool like a stingray. Like, this dude is beautiful.
So I came back to Chicago. My dad's having knee replacement surgery on Monday. I've been staying with my parents for a week. They're in their 70s. That's too fucking long to stay with people in their 70s. I'm starting to learn shit about them I don't want to know. The other day, I was using my dad's bathroom. I opened up his drawer and I discovered his Viagra. Do you know how embarrassing it is? Stealing your father's Viagra? Oh my God! Whoa, that shit's amazing! I didn't even use it for sex. I just re-shingled his roof. I was like, pow, 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 pow. Woo! Get down! All right. Shit's awesome. My parents have been married for 55 years, you guys. 55 years. Adorable. They're adorable. I myself celebrated 10 years of marriage last month, but we could not celebrate it together this year because we got divorced 4 years ago. I'll be honest with you, I did not want to get divorced, but my wife's boyfriend, Todd, was insistent. People ask me all the time, why'd you get divorced? There's never one reason you get divorced. It's a complicated situation. But I can tell you folks, the beginning and the end of my marriage was when we went on a couple's diet. If you're on a couple's diet right now, I implore you, get off that shit. It is a no-win situation. I'm a guy, which means I can lose like 9 pounds in 4 days by just not thinking about butter. Meanwhile, it took my ex-wife about 6 months to lose about 1.5 pounds, and all of a sudden I'm an asshole because I'm losing weight faster than her. I tried to be a good husband. I started cheating on the couple's diet. I was eating McDonald's like every other day, but I'm not an idiot, so I'd hide the McDonald's bag in my neighbor's garbage can, and now he's getting divorced. Listen up, you guys want to lose weight as a couple? Go home tonight and make a sex tape. Oh, I'm serious. Every time you get hungry, just turn that bad boy on. You won't eat for a fucking week. Those things are disgusting. They're gross. I learned things about my body I didn't want to know. I was like, is that a dent? What is that? Is that rust? My wife and I made a sex tape look like Chewbacca was wrestling a body pillow. Yeah, it's not easy referring to myself as a body pillow. She's very hairy.
I got all my roommates off of Craigslist in New York, which was a shitty move. That was not a good move. I got a lot of crazy roommates, and the thing that sucks about crazy roommates is that you don't know that they're crazy right when you meet them, when you can do something about it. Because crazy people aren't all crazy all the time, you know? It's not like you meet them and you're like, hey, I'm Dan, what's your name? Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes! I had this one roommate, this really stuck-up girl. She came back from shopping one day. I was like, where'd you go shopping? Oh, I went to Target. You mean Target? No. Target. Since when does it make something more socially acceptable if you pronounce it in a French accent? It's like, dude, where you been the past 6 years? Oh, me? I was in prison. Yeah. It's cool. I committed a double homicide. Oh man, I had this other roommate who was a huge pothead. He pulled out this joint once. I've never seen this before. It was a clear joint. Has anyone ever seen this? Yeah. Fuck. All right, chill out. It's a fucking aggressive pothead. Yeah. I fucking love weed! I had never seen the clear joint. I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is that? He's like, instead of rolling it in paper, I roll it in this vegetable-based cellulose, because apparently it's really unhealthy to smoke the paper. What about the drugs? Like, you're doing drugs, don't sugarcoat it. What's next? Heroin needles dipped in vitamin C? It's like, I can waste my life away with the heroin, but at the same time maintain a healthy immune system. Because there's nothing worse than getting a sore throat when you're mugging a homeless guy. That's my impression of heroin addicts. They just do jazz hands all day.
This is not a good place to date at all. LA is not one of them places, man. Like, you gotta have your money right. Like, I'd rather have Ebola than date broke in LA. Women don't treat you right. Because fellas, you don't realize how broke you are until you add a woman to your life. For real, think about it. Ladies, think about your man when you first met him and how his house looked. You ever see a single man home? Because single men, we do broke well. We don't even know we living in poverty until y'all show up. Single men live like Katrina victims. We have no clue that we live in terrible. We don't know. You ever go to a single man house? He has no extra nothing. He ain't got no extra towels. He got one everything. One towel, one pot, one plate. Like, hey, when you're done eating, can I borrow your plate? Because I don't want to eat my rice out of my hand and burn the... Can I just borrow you got one spoon too? Whenever you're done, I just... Single man ain't got no furniture. You ever go to his house? He don't got no entertainment center. It's just a TV sitting on the floor like a homeless man. Every single man house look the exact same. We got the cheap little touch lamp, the little IKEA lamp. Not the good one from Target that stand up straight. It's the cheap one, the one with the lean. You ever see this? Going with the smooth criminal lean, like. Like, your lamp looks sad. You might want to. As soon as you touch it. Like, your lamp looks sad, bro. You can touch your lamp.
The latter years of my teen years, my grandma raised me, and she taught me how to value myself as a woman. And I want to share this with you guys. If you have a daughter, if you know little girls, share this with them, because if she would have told me this before I turned 17, I probably wouldn't have been Section 8 in my house out, but I needed a bus pass, so. But my grandma taught me how to value myself. She said, you have to think of yourself as a house, baby. Every woman should think of herself as a house. Now, it's one thing that you got to remember. You can't be letting all kind of men go in and outside your house, you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll be known as the crack house, and you don't want to be the crack house. You also got to remember that every man wants to come inside your house. Mm-hmm. Preach. She said you want to keep the grass cut and keep it clean because you don't want people walking by thinking you got an abandoned house. She said don't go out late at night getting drunk and stuff. Do not go out late at night getting drunk, because somebody will break into your house, baby, right through the back. They'll break in right through the back, and you're not going to like that. And she said once you find a man that love you and care about you, he'll go ahead and he'll sign that paperwork and he'll put a ring on your finger and he will buy that house. And I sold mine. I sold my house. I got me a husband temporarily. And I was shocked when he was like, will you marry me? I was like, for real, you want to marry me? Because this is a fixer-upper. It got a lot of issues. You will not be the first person to move into this house. I want to let you know. It's kind of spacious. I don't think you could fit. He said, don't worry, I'll refurbish it. And he did. But what had happened was he had let the house go into foreclosure. So now I'm thinking about renting the backyard out to an Asian dude. Hey.
My name's Al. Let's see, I'll tell you guys about myself. You don't know, I'm exhausted because I have got a couple kids, and I've got a dog that only I walk, and I've got a fucking house that's kicking my ass, and I've got a wife to go along with the whole fucking package, and it really is making me crazy. I think my house is really kicking my ass the most. I bought it at the worst possible time to buy a house, the height of the real estate market. That's when I was out looking, and I found a place in a soon-to-be gentrified neighborhood. I'm not sure if you guys know what that means. It means I bought a house for about $700,000 in a shitty neighborhood in hopes that I could fix it up someday and work on it. So eventually one day it might be worth $700,000. And tourists come here all the time. They rub it in my face because it's more affordable to live everywhere else. They give me this business. They're like, hey man, you know what you can buy for $700,000 in Alabama? Look, in Alabama, whole thing. We got a library we don't even read. Listen to that shit. You're making me crazy. No one in my neighborhood is fixing up their place except me. I'm the only guy. I live across the street from Blue Tarp Guy. You ever seen that house? Where it rained and they couldn't afford to fix their shit. And so they put a blue tarp over what they thought was the problem area. And then it's like a temporary fix. And then 2 years later, it's still fucking up there. And it's making me crazy. It really is. I find myself scrutinizing every purchase that the guy makes. I'm like, are those fucking new Adidas? That son of a bitch. He comes up a couple months ago and he's like, hey bro, you see Avatar? I'm like, did you fucking see Avatar? Fix your roof, dickface. Save up. What the fuck? I don't understand. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be resourceful, and I'm doing a lot of the work myself. I went to go pick up my first day laborer the other day. Has anyone done that? You picked up a day laborer? But not for sex. It's not appropriate reaction to pick up a fucking day laborer. It's something that's just necessary. If you're gonna do it, if you want to go to Home Depot, and you want to go in the morning. It's very important. You want to get yourself a first-round draft pick, all right? You don't want to show up in the afternoon when the C team's out there. One-eye guy, no gracias. I prefer dos ojos on my day laborer, por favor. So I show up, Home Depot, in the morning. 30, 40 guys come running up to the car. I decide I'm going to try to be funny, and I'm going to fuck with them a little bit. My horrible Spanish. I say, Todo, I'll take everybody. And they're like, okay, this is great. What are we going to do? Clown car this fucking thing? And then they got it, and they started laughing. And then I said, I didn't know how to pick one, so I said, ¿Quién es el más fuerte? Who is the strongest? And then they all started spontaneously flexing. So I turned into day laborer Mr. Olympia all of a sudden. Hector es más fuerte. And that's funny. So now I gotta pick one. I just need one guy. So it becomes this weird bachelor rose ceremony where I gotta select my fella. And it really does become this day labor dating game show. It's like contestant number 1, he's 5'2", but don't let that fool you. He can strap a refrigerator on his back like a 12-year-old puts on a summer school backpack. Meet Enrique! Contestant number 2. Not only does he praise the Lord Jesus, his name's Jesus! Now let's do some question and answer, shall we? Contestant number 1. What do you think about the disparaging comments made by General Stanley McChrystal about Barack Obama in the Rolling Stone magazine article? And also, what do you think about Barack Obama's reaction? I can do the plumbing. He can do the plumbing. Good answer. Contestant number 2, same question. Okay, well, first of all, I don't think this could have come at a worse time for Barack Obama. With unemployment approaching 10% and his popularity waning, this is really horrible timing. As far as the comments made by General Stanley McChrystal, if this is indicative of the kind of decision-making that is going on in Afghanistan, it's appropriate that he is no longer holding down that position, and we're lucky to have somebody as capable as Stanley Petraeus available to help out. As far as the comments and the reaction by President Barack Obama, I feel that he had to assert himself as the commander-in-chief and also confirm the civilian control of the military. In conclusion, I'd like to add that I can also do the plumbing. So, me and Jesus go driving off, and it's awkward. It's first date awkward. We want to be talking to each other, but we're not. My Spanish is horrible. You just heard some of it. His English is non-existent. We know we're cool guys. We want to be talking, but just nothing's happening. We're actually going from Glendale to Burbank to go to IKEA. You ever go to IKEA and you see the kitchen? Right? You go and you see the kitchen. You're like, this is affordable and it's nice. Don't do it. All right? It's a trap. If you have a difficult time assembling the bookcase, do not ante up to the fucking kitchen. Stakes are high. Even Jesus knew. He goes, IKEA es el diablo. Even he was aware. He knew. So we're driving, and nothing's happened. We're looking at each other, blushing, and we want to be talking like guys want to be talking. You want to call somebody gay, you want to go talk about shortcuts, you pick up some liquor store sandwiches. That's what I suspect that you do when you're two guys working, but nothing's going on. Now, we need something to bond over, but luckily for a relationship, we spot an African-American woman at a bus stop with humongous boobs. Big, racism-ending boobs. Jesus sees the boobs, I see the boobs. Jesus turns to me and takes a chance and says, ¿Te gusta chichis negra? I got this. Sí, me gusta chichis negra. Jesus, me gusta. Friendship formed. At that moment, I realized I had more in common with this day laborer than my 2 brothers and my wife. And we held that with us for the rest of the day. It was amazing what it did for a relationship, and you really do need a buddy in this situation. I'm not sure if anyone's assembled a large amount of IKEA shit at one time, but it's one of the most frustrating things you'll ever do in your entire life. I was so pissed off at one point I was ready to drive back to IKEA, kidnap anybody in a yellow and blue polo, take them hostage, do like this Baghdad-style videotape with an Allen wrench to their temple, saying either this shit gets assembled in a line properly or this fucker dies. And throw in some meatballs because Jesus is starving. And no matter how frustrated I got, I was at my worst moment where I was putting together a pantry that was in a box this thick. And this shit was everywhere. It was fucking horrible. And I got up and I had a tear in my eye and I walked away and I was just about to lose it when Jesus caught me and goes, "Hey, chichis negra." Thanks, man. I'm sorry. I forgot. Chichis negra.